video here at craftwithkat.com. I'm Kat, it's so lovely to have you here, and I just wanted to walk you through my completed album here. I'm using the lovely Mini Memories Simply Created album kit that's available in our Spring Summer Stampin' Up catalogue. Absolutely beautiful, beautiful mini album, and if you check on my blog at craftwithkat.com you will see how, a walkthrough of the product before I've actually put it all together, so what you actually get in the kit. So I thought I'd walk you through exactly what we've done here. So first of all, just to let you know that I started working on the cover kind of straight away. I didn't add another page in, but sometimes people leave the cover side blank. You can see I've used this gorgeous wood grain stamp on the background, which I think is a really lovely way to do it. I love the kind of craft on craft effect. So it's the baked brown sugar ink on the cover there. Beautiful, beautiful. And obviously the stamp isn't the whole size of this, so I kind of had to double stamp, and I quite like that it isn't perfect. That's kind of how I like to do things, so I absolutely love that. So I just wanted to walk you through here. Again, you can see the beautiful flower stamp that we've used. Everything is going to be, all the products will be linked in the blog post below, so please do double check if you're wondering about any of them. So these gorgeous flowers here, you'll see those. So I did stamp these on our Whisper White cardstock and colour them in using our Stampin' Up right markers. I do love those in the colours that all coordinate there. And as you see from the front cover, let me just move back slightly again, sorry. This is a trip I took to Milan for work. I work with my parents in my full-time job, so that's what that's all about really. And I did use some letter stickers here, which isn't a Stampin' Up product, just for the front there. So some of the pages I kept pretty simple with a picture and then just stamped on. Loving the notable alphabet stamp, I absolutely adore that, with the stays on black ink, and then journaled a little bit as well in some places. Stamped on, I love this we make quite the pair stamp. I've used that quite a few times. So this was the spritz and the gelato ice cream. Two things very, very prominent in Italy, my two favourite things that go together there. Turn the page, more pictures of the ice cream. So as I said, this is a very, very simple page, and just to let you know, I have used my Canon selfie to print all the pictures here. So here you can see I've cut out, stamped and cut out one of those gorgeous flowers again, coloured it in. Now this is a unique page that I made, and you're going to have a look now at how that was done. Then I hope you enjoy that. So here we are, you can see I am just lining up the watercolour paper there, just checking out some measurements and checking it here against the fabulous front cover there of the mini album. So just kind of deciding which way to go, and I think I decided here I was going to cut it down there and have it so that it was shorter. I quite like the fact that not all the pages are then going to be the same length. I think it adds a little bit of interest to the album. So I'm just getting my Big Shot out here, which is my lovely die cutting machine, and these fabulous framelit dies. These are the decorative frames, and I just wanted to show you exactly how I'm going to cut the edge off this, just to give it a bit of a decorative border really around the edge. So you can see I'm lining up the framelit die there. This is the large one, and I'm actually only going to push it halfway through the Big Shot so that just that section on the right cuts, and it doesn't cut all the way through, so it just leaves a fancy border. So you can see, and I stop and back we go. Do you see what I mean, that I didn't take that all the way through? And here you're going to see exactly how it worked, and I just love this fabulous little finish there. So we've got these stamps out. I love these flowers. They really, I've used them so many times. They are part of the spring summer collection from our fabulous catalogue as well, and I have used these stamps over and over again. I love colouring them in and all sorts of things. So you can see here I have just used some white embossing powder and the Versamark ink for these stamps, and I'm just going to quickly dry them here, just so that you can see then what that looks like. So just so you can see what it looks like once it's dry. It's kind of all shiny there and glazed. You kind of gotta look at that. So I'm just getting my little colour chart out with all from the Colour Coach, sorry, with all the colours, and I've got some Caran d'Ache little pencils here, just that I'm using. Sorry, Caran d'Ache Neo Colour 2s, that's it. So I was just basically getting out the colours that I felt worked, were the closest match to the colours for the mini album. And you can see I'm just kind of colouring in here. I have tried to zoom in a little bit more than on the previous sections of the video. Just colouring in the flowers very loosely, not really giving it too much thought. And you can see I've got one of our water brushes there on the left, which I'm going to use in a second just to kind of basically colour in, and I really love using these crayons to do that. It's a really fabulous little technique, especially using the white embossing powder. You could also do this with clear. I just felt like it gave it a little bit more detail using the white. Especially seeing as then that is a slightly different colour to the watercolour paper, because the watercolour paper's almost ever so slightly creamy, vanilla-y colour. It's not a real white. So it just shows the difference there. So you can see I'm just colouring in, as I said, just blending in a bit of the colours here and there, going over it a little bit, just to give it a really lovely effect. And you can do this kind of a thing with lots of different stamps. It's a really great thing to do, and you can pick up these kind of water-soluble crayons in art supplies and your local craft store as well. Those kind of things. It's just a really lovely effect. Of course, you could do this with our Stampin' Up! Inks. You could squeeze the ink pad together and collect some of the ink on the lid, and then dip your water brush in and colour it in that way. I have done that before on some of our using some of our stamps to create quite a bit of a fun look there, but I wanted to try something a little bit different with this one. So you can see I'm just colouring in, and I do keep cleaning my brush just to make sure that the colours, I don't want them kind of all to blend in too much. I do want the kind of bolder colours to stay fairly bold, and the paler colours and more muted colours to stay a little bit more muted. And I kind of, where I want them to blend, I'm then obviously making it really blendy, and where I don't, then I don't. So here with the green, obviously we needed to make sure that the brush was clean before we started working on those lovely green colours. So just finishing this off, I did want to show you all of this. I have speeded it up obviously just so you really got a good idea of what I've done. But we are just about finishing up, and you will be taken back in just a second to the rest of our fabulous video. But I do have another technique coming up in the next couple of days showing what I did with the rest of that sheet of watercolour paper, so do come back and check that one out. And I hope you've enjoyed this little mini tutorial within my mini album. You can see here a close-up. So welcome along back, and you can see I've just stuck the photo on top there. I hope you do enjoy that video. On the back I've kept it quite simple, so this is the watercolour paper again, and I just added another layer of the baked brown sugar that I've used one of the lovely embossing plates on there, and then image with the doily, sorry, I couldn't get my words out there. Gorgeous, just I love this stamp set, I really do. So again, I've used the wood grain here, so I've used our white craft ink there, really gorgeous on the craft cardstock, really lovely effect, just love that. Kept these two fairly simple. I had some of the summer starfruit paper, so cut out some banners there. Now this is where I've kept some of my memorabilia, as you can see. Now I covered the close of the envelope with, again, one of these cutouts, so you can just pull that open. I haven't stuck this down because I want to be able to access everything in here, so you can just pull that out. That's all the information on the hotel that we stayed at there, and I've stuck an image still on the back there. Turn over and you can see some more, again, fairly simple pages. This is one of my favourite bits of the designer series paper with the pears on, just love those. Mum and I, and then here I am again on the other pocket here, again some more memorabilia there from the trade show that we went to. Turn the page, more photos of food and this is where the food won me over. It was a ginormous portion that I couldn't even halfway get through there. Turn the page and we've got some shots of the hotel here, and how much I love these stools that look like macaroons, or macarons, however you want to say it. Turn some more pages. So as you can see, some pages I've kept very simple, some I did a bit more detail, cut up some doily to kind of add in. You can see I added in an extra sheet here with the summer starfruit paper on top of everything else. Here we go again, added some more doilies there. And then again, I've stuck a photo on the back cover and kept the back cover very, very simple and left it completely as it was. So thank you very much for being here today. It's so lovely that you were able to join me. For further information, please do check out my blog. That's craftwithcat.com. You can have links to all the product there. You can shop Stampin' Up! Supplies, and you can see other great video tutorials or video walkthroughs and all kinds of things from